what we want to teach him is that he can't go past me and he has to move for me. Yeah, and then I'm going around those cones. I don't want him to walk this way because he's a big dog, and then all I can do is hang on to him, right? So the control with Billy will come from me taking charge of that walk and going, no, we're not doing that. Yeah, so we're doing a lot of body blocking. Now, with our loosely walking, to practice is 1, 2, 3, and back up. Yeah. So what we're going to do, again, your dog is on your left. You're going to step 1, 2, 3, back up. Dog. No. There we go. Yeah. So that's the basis of what we're going to be doing with our body blocking. And it is going to work. Yeah, you did good. All right. If everyone looks at him instead. Yeah. So here we go. If I look at this dog, not look at that dog, look at this dog, please. Yeah, so if I'm gonna stand like this, I have nothing to say, as you can see, right? So what I'm gonna do, yeah, stay there, stay there, stay there. Yeah, again, I get in front of him. No. Enough. I walk away a bit. Yeah, stay there, stay there. Belly. Yes. Good. And me using my body shows the reaction of leadership. Like, no, you're not in charge of this. You don't need to do this whole barking. Again, see, the moment he's out in front of me, he's going to start again. So, enough. Yeah, so it's all about enough. Belly. Yes. Good. And then I reward anything that's calm, yeah? So, see how I'm standing still? Standing still makes it so hard for him to cope with this. If I start walking, I make it a little bit easier. Oh, it's raining. You're okay. Could you see how your body position makes a huge difference compared to letting your dog reach the end of the lead? Obviously, we're going to do a lot more things than just body blocking, right? Like, I want to teach him what's a calm behavior. So, for example, he's still focused on that car, and I want to wait until he shows me something that's like eye contact to me or to his mom. Yes! And then I mark with yes, because he knows the yes word, and I'm going to reward him for calmer behavior. Now that he's focused on me, yes, good job. Yeah, or I might have, whilst Pepper was out, yeah, I might have blocked him like this, like, oi, cut it out, and then I would have tossed some treats that way, and then you keep walking. Now, obviously, this is a bit of a setup, because I wanted to see that response, and I wanted you to be able to see what we're going to do. Right, but now he's distracted enough that you could probably walk past with Pepper. Yeah, so that's kind of one of the strategies. But body blocking is actually so important because it shows you're the leader of the walk. Yeah, so that, and just the walk itself, yeah, that you're able to loosely walk your dog means that you're leading instead of them going ahead constantly, right? Because a lot of reactive dogs do not want the leadership position. What they want is you to tell them what to do, because them leading is what makes them anxious. Yeah, them leading is what makes them reactive, because they think, oh, that's the solution to this thing. Does that kind of make sense? So first I want you to work on your yes marker. So with our yes marker, go be distracted for a second. Yeah? Yes! there. Did you see how he turned his head to me the moment I said yes? That means he knew a treat was coming. So when your dog does the behavior that you like instead of barking at the dog, they sniff the ground, and I then say yes, they will then know, oh, that sniffing means I'm going to get a treat. So I'm going to do that sniffing again. Yeah. But first they need to know what yes means. So how do I do that? I go, yes, treat. Yes. Yes. Good. Yeah. So that's what I want you to do. 10 reps. Just yes, treat. Yes, treat. If you do that for a week, 3 times a day, your dog knows yes. Like they should come running from another room, really, when you say yes. And that's the first thing that I want you to do. The second game I want you to practice is look. So I put the treat in between my thumb and the middle finger so I can point with my pointer finger. I show it to him. I go, look. Yes. Look. Yes. Because if there's a dog there and I'm here and I spot it before him and I can go, look. Yes. Good job. Yeah. Now I walked away from that dog and he didn't see it, or at least I was able to create more distance. Yeah. So look is really handy. And I want you to practice go sniff. Yeah. So that's the one I just did. So there might be a dog there. Like, go sniff. Yes. Go sniff. So then they know, oh, treats are coming from the ground. If I'm busy, like this is a much better solution than making your dog sit. If you can't cross the street, if you can't go anywhere except like the berm, right, then you're better off going like this to your dog. Oh my gosh, get it, go eat. Yeah, and then that dog hopefully walks by and maybe you're lucky and your dog doesn't blow up. Yeah, but that is a better thing to do than having him sit and you kind of having to go like this, like, oh my god, you're okay, no, shh, it's okay, buddy. Yeah, like that whole spiel. All right, are we with some confidence? Like, look at how more relaxed his body is now. Yeah, keep looking at him. Go a little bit further, and now turn. See how his body got stiff? His tail came up, his ears kind of popped. Keep going. Keep walking back. Good job. So walk with a bit more oomph, yeah? You're walking on eggshells. That's much better. Yeah, and turn around. See, because I can see, ooh, there she goes. Like his tail got a bit stiff. Yeah, I keep moving back, and his ears as well. And now reward him for making good choices. Nice work. That was good. Nice eye contact there. Beautiful. All right, belly again. Ready? I'm okay with a dog being reactive, and we need to obviously work on getting that fear down. But what we tend to do in dog training, I think, is we try to pander too much to our dog's fear and let them get away with certain things. Like, I'm afraid of needles, like phobic. But that doesn't mean I can go punch the doctor when they're trying to stick a needle in my arm. That's an inappropriate reaction to my fear, right? And that's the same with dogs. Like, you can show me that you're afraid, but that doesn't mean you go lunging or trying to attack other dogs to make them go away, right? That's kind of what we're trying to tell the dogs. Like, all right, let's teach you some alternative behaviors that also make the dog go away. What we're going to do is we're going to do a combination of finding a correction for your dog that works. And a correction doesn't mean they need to be traumatized or they need to be in pain. It just needs to be something to snap your dog out of it. Because most of our dogs, like you can hear them now in the cars, they're so stuck barking. They're just stuck in that cycle now. And then we hold the leash, and usually we hold it like this, or we start petting the dog. It's okay. Right? That's just making things worse. I know in our head it might help them, but now we're saying, good dog, trying to go off at that other dog. Yeah, that's the message we're giving them. So we try to not do that to our dog. And we want to teach them that, oh, you know what, maybe we'll just move away for the moment. Or we keep moving, because the more we make a dog sit still, the harder it's going to get. Yeah, so again, I'm afraid of needles. If you have an injection needle in your hand and you start walking towards me, I'm not going to stand there and sit. Yeah, I'm going to be like, get away from me. Yeah, and that's the same with dogs. But for some reason, our instinct is to go, no, just sit down, it's okay. And the dog is coming closer and closer, and your dog is freaking out. Yeah, so we want to try and kind of get rid of that. So with reactivity training, we do a combination of things, because there is no magic button, there is no magic solution that stops. We do a combination of management, which means we might cross the street, or we might distract them with some treats, right? That's a management. We do a combination of corrections. Hey, now you're overreacting and you need to snap out of it. And we do a combination of desensitization. I can never pronounce that word. What's that? Teach a dog, like, look, I know you're afraid of that, so let's work on it so you become less afraid of it. So all our dogs have a bubble around them, and at the moment, most of your dog's bubble is across the street or all the way at the opposite end of this field, right? And we want to make that bubble smaller, because your life is really hard if you have to walk your dog in an urban area and your dog's bubble is 50 meters. Yeah, that's near impossible. So we're going to do that by learning our dog's body language and by teaching them a method called CAT. How ironic. Yeah, it's constructional aggression therapy. So basically what we do, so if this is a dog and I'm a dog, yeah, I'm at the moment blowing up at the dog. Yeah, so this is too close. So maybe my bubble is here. And then I'm going to teach my dog, all right, we're going to move a step forward. You still good? Yeah, you show me a calming signal. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. If the dog shows me a calming signal, I'm going to say, yes, good job, let's leave. Yeah? So we're going to teach our dog, instead of blowing up, show me that you're uncomfortable, and we're just going to go. And that's how we slowly manage to make that distance in between dogs smaller. If a dog blows up, but we kind of want to avoid that, right? Because once your dog is blown up, you're not learning. Yeah, your dog is out of the learning opportunity. Oh, look, they all went quiet. It's like they're listening. If they do blow up, we need to stay there and wait until they show us any of the calming signals, and then we back up. Because if we go blowing up, let's go, right? We're kind of lugging our dog with us. What happens is, oh, this is how I get away from dogs. Yeah, and that's kind of the opposite of what we want to teach our dogs. So, and we need to be able to really look at our dog so we can identify their calming signals. So for a dog to de-escalate a situation, there's a few things they would do. They might yawn. Yeah, yawn is a sign of stress. It could be a shake-off. Yeah, like a wet dog shake. They go like, whoa. That's a shake-off as well. Sniffing the ground obsessively is another one, you know, not just like, oh, I actually smelled something, but when your dog doesn't lift his head up, it's basically telling you, I want something to calm down. If your dog has a lot of white in their eye, they're stressed. So what we're going to be looking for when we're training our dog is all those signals. So if you are approaching that dog and your dog decides, instead of like intently staring at that dog, but a really stiff body, yeah, then you know that your dog is loading up. We're going to look, oh, he sniffed the ground. Yes, let's move away. Yeah, every time they show you the tiniest little calming signal, we're going to mark it and we're getting out of here. So they learn, okay, if I keep doing these things, the same thing happens. So I might as well do that. Yeah, that's kind of the headspace we want the dog to get into. And that way you get a better relationship with your dog and you start taking leadership as well. Now, do not teach your dog to walk past triggers if they already pull and lead when there's no triggers. Yeah, so that's what we're going to work on first. And we're going to use our body as a block. And that's probably going to be your most used skill at all times when we have reactive dogs. Yeah, so If I'm walking my dog, and that's still that dog right there, I have my dog always on the left. I have my dog on the opposite side that the trigger is, because if I have my dog on this side, all I can do is hang on and wait for it to pass. Whereas if I have him on this side, I can block him, I can toss treats that way, I can move him away further, I can do a lot of things instead of just wait for it to pass. Yeah, reactivity is a lot of prevention. I also can go, don't you even think about it, and then I carry on walking.